What happens if you put oil on your ballistic vest? I have no idea, but this is something that was recommended in the comments and we will test it today. Let's take this NIJ level 3A ballistic vest made from aramid fibers and high density polyethylene. We have marked two sides that we will shoot with the same type of rounds. One side will be as is and it will serve as a control, and the other side will be thoroughly oiled to see if that makes any difference. Today we're using a couple of different rounds from Polenar below. For 9mm we have the 140 grain subsonics with a flat nose and 124 grain full metal jacket. And then we'll follow up with some XRG defense rounds. These have a solid core projectile that only weighs 100 grains, but it's quite fast. And for the end, we have the XRG round with a very sharp pointy tip to see what it does. I'll be shooting these rounds from the Schmeisser 9mm AR because it has a 10-inch barrel and this will give it the most chance to reach maximum velocity. What? Look at this. The subsonic did not even penetrate the first layer, it just bounced off. You can see the fiber strands are imprinted on the bullet. Ah, oh shit. It's hot. The bullet is here. It just so flattened that I didn't notice it. I couldn't feel it. As you can see, same thing. The fibers flatten it and it stops after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers of aramid fiber. Okay, this is also interesting to see. If you see the pattern over here, this is caused by the bullet getting caught by these strands and it's pulling them inside. This is the 5th layer, this is the 6th layer, so you can see the interesting mushrooming effect.
Aloha Snegbar!
Interesting result. Even before looking at the vest, I can tell you that there is something different, because previously you saw a lot of energy that was stopped and captured with the vest. That's why it flailed around and fall down, but now it just moved a bit. This is an amazing result. This bullet penetrated through 10 layers of aramid fibers, 15 layers of high density polyethylene, and another 10 layers aramid fiber, and it was just the full vest. Then went through this foam over here and stopped in the next 10 layers of aramid and 15 layers of high density polyethylene. Wow. So what's the difference here? This is the same round with the same amount of gunpowder, so the same velocity. The only difference that we did is we insert a screw. The screw is probably made from some kind of steel, so it does not deform when it strikes the fiber. And this sharp pointy tip over here will rather move the fibers away than actually try to tear them up and flatten. Look at this! It actually made a difference! Yes! Yeah, we have penetration. And this is the same subsonic flat nose round that has bounced from this vest multiple times. Now, with a little bit of oil, there's such a big difference. It almost penetrated the second layer, stopped in the third one. Well, yeah, it makes sense. If you lubricate the fibers, they don't have enough friction, they move apart more easily, I guess, so this is what happened. I would never expect that this would work so well. Let's continue. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and now we're at high density polyethylene. 1, 2, 3. It was stopped in the 3rd/4th one. This is also a very interesting result. If I remember correctly, without the oil, it only penetrated 6 layers of aramid fibers. Now with added oil, it penetrated all 10 layers of aramid fibers and stopped in the 3rd layer of high density polyethylene. It works, it actually works amazingly well. What is happening here? I guess we found the kryptonite of ballistic vests. I don't know if this helped or not, but we jokingly put some oil into the cavity of the hollow point. I guess it did something because it penetrated all 10 layers of aramid fibers and then I think 6 layers of high density polyethylene. That's even more than the full metal jacket. Mind blown. Yeah, we have a clean pass through over here, and we have got it on the back side. It was stopped in high density polyethylene, but almost fully penetrated all 10 layers of aramid fibers. I'm actually very satisfied with these results because they confirm our theory. If you lubricate the fibers with oil or something similar, the usually blunt bullets that will have problems going through the fibers will have an easier time penetrating more layers. But on the other hand, this pointy bullet that's already optimized to push away the fibers does not benefit a lot from the oily residue. So now we're wondering, as any normal person would, what would happen if we only put oil in the bullet and shoot it at a non-contaminated part of the vest? So now this bullet went through 6, almost 7 layers of aramid fibers. And it's very hot. You can smell the oil, and I guess it does something, because if I'm not mistaken, it penetrated 1 layer, 1.5 layer more, but not enough to have a very distinctive effect. I love my job. I love my job. I love my job. When we first decided to do this video, I thought that we were just wasting time. But the results speak for themselves. Oil makes a difference. The rounds undeniably penetrate further than without the oil. Is this a useful technique to defeating armor? Probably not, but it does work. So remember to keep your bulletproof vest away from oils and other chemicals.